All right. I'm going to share with you the photograph of my daughter's injury. My daughter, I don't know, apparently fell down. It may, for some people, it can be disturbing, especially when they see cuts or injuries. So if you're slightly squeamish or, you know, you can't see injuries, then I recommend for the next few seconds just listen, and after that watch the video. Otherwise, if you're okay, just keep watching. So I'll give you a countdown: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I will share the photograph of my daughter's injury. So get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So this is my daughter's injury. What had happened was my wife and her went, you know, somewhere out, and there was a swing or some kind of contraption. Somebody on the roadside was offering that. And my daughter, she's super excited. She ran towards it, went and sat down. I think it was rusted or something. And I don't know, as she was swinging, she lost her balance, fell down. And it seems that, I can't get the exact details, but there was something sharp and rusted, and she got this massive cut. So she didn't know what was the injury, but she felt pain. But when she saw the blood, she obviously started to cry. And then my wife calmed her down, definitely checked what it was. It was a deep cut. And she told her, okay, it's okay, and don't cry. I'll give you a chocolate and this and that. And my daughter, she's the type who, if it's not paining her that bad, I don't know, she has high pain tolerance. She said, okay, fine, I'll not cry and this and that. So then, obviously because it was a rusted this thing. So she told her, I'll take you to the doctor, and if you come to the doctor and, get an injection, I'll give you sweets, chocolates or juice. Your papa will give, So she was very happy, and she, took it. Like, she said, okay, fine, I'll not cry. My wife immediately took her to the hospital, which is nearby. And thankfully, no stitches. But it was not a good cut. It was a bad cut. And they gave her a tetanus injection. I don't know. My daughter, this is the thing that really shocks me. Even when she had to get her vaccination, when she was 2 years, 3 years, she never cried. Like obviously when she couldn't talk and communicate, I would hold her, they would give her the injection, she would cry a little bit, then, doctor would show her something, or I would say, you want chocolate, and then she would stop crying and, immediately dry off her tears, and she was okay. And as she became older, that she could understand what we are saying, I would tell her that, my wife would tell her, doctor is going to inject, no, I don't want injection, then we would say, we'll buy you a toy, my wife would tell her, and okay. Then she said, okay, so take the injection, but don't cry. And we would make sure that, like, for her not to see, and she would cry a little bit, and then she would say, okay. I've seen children, when I was a small boy myself, you were very scared of getting injections. But obviously when girls are there, you want to be a little brave. But I don't know how my daughter just, I don't know, is it the skill of the doctor who's giving the injection or what it is? Obviously, you need that skill. So my daughter has been very brave that way. And obviously, we honor the part of, we told you we'll give you something, we will give you something. But now here's a strange bit. After telling her, she gets the injection, and I know it is hurting her. Because obviously, when my wife called me, and this was really interesting how my wife called me. My wife, we always speak on the phone, and she was like, hey, how are you? This and that. Okay. And then she hesitated, and then she told me, baby fell down. I was like, oh, okay, baby falls down. It's a part of growing up. No, and she got hurt. So I was like, yeah, baby got hurt. So then when she said hurt, I said, is it serious? She said, she didn't say yes. She said, I took her out and this happened. She related the incident. And then I knew that it's something serious. I was like, okay, how bad is it? Like, show me the thing. And then she said, she put a bandage. I said, okay. The first thing I asked her, did you take her for doctor, the hospital, tetanus? She said, yes. And that is where I knew I didn't know how big it was, but obviously I told her, okay, show me the photographs. I didn't know. I thought it was small cut, but when I saw the photograph, I was very upset, very, very upset, because it has sliced off the skin, and it's a lucky thing it didn't cut the cartilage, because the knee, the knee is a very sensitive area, cartilage, and it didn't hit the bone or there was a fracture. You don't know. Many people say, "Hey, Loy, you're, overacting." I've seen injuries. I have this gory group where blood, and it's very ogreish, very graphic, from brains splitting out to literally some of them are there, just the head, the whole body squished. I've seen one where the mother is pulling intestines and all this of the child. It is, oh, I've seen all this. I've seen accidents where trucks and vehicles reverse and crush the child. So this is not me overacting. This is definitely a concerned father. And I told my wife that I've always told you 100 days or 365 days a year, you can be careful. One day, 1 minute, something can happen. So I was very upset. Obviously, my wife was also upset. But I didn't shout or anything. But I told her, I don't want you taking her out and all this nonsense, because they're going to come back. So I told her this. It's so funny. I told her this just one day before, exactly one day before. She said, "No, I'm very careful." I said, "Not you. It's just you and the baby." And the baby got hurt. So she told me, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to take." I told her, "Sorry is useless, because you already got hurt. Don't do it again. That's all." So yeah, my daughter was hurting. When I spoke to her, she was on the hammock outside. It's very hot. So I asked her, "How are you? Are you okay?" She was speaking in Thai. Half the things go over my head. So my wife was translating. And then she told me, "Mama said she'll take me to 7-Eleven and buy me chocolate." I said, "Yeah, yeah." So wife was telling her, "Ask Papa." And then she said, "Papa, can I buy chocolate?" I said, "You can buy whatever you like. You're a brave girl. You're strong." And she wanted to cry and show me, look, she was going like that. So I was like, I know, I told her, "I know it's hurting, but you're a strong girl. Just be careful." And she said, "Fine." So they didn't go because it's very hot and it's far from where she stays. So next day they will go to the hospital. So that time in the morning, she would take her to 7-Eleven. And lo and behold, in the morning when I was washing dishes, my wife kind of called me on video, picked it up. And then my daughter was in 7-Eleven. Here when she is with me, she goes every day. There, they can't afford it. So they go once in a week or something. So my daughter was very excited. And she told, "Papa, can I buy chocolate?" So my wife told her to ask me. I said, "Yeah, yeah, fine." So she went and she got the Kinder, and then she showed me, "I want Kinder Egg." I said, "Yeah." "I want this." I said, "Yeah." But then I don't want her to buy unlimited, because she needs to know, control. So I said, "How many you're buying?" Then she said, "Okay, I'll buy 5." I said, "Okay, fine, buy 5 only." So she took M&M's chocolate, and she took one wafer, one biscuit, and this and that. She was taking 5 or 6. I said, "No, only 5." Okay. And then I wanted it to be 5 overall, but then she went to the juice section, and she doesn't drink Coke and all that. So she bought milk, strawberry milk and all that. Then obviously ice cream, So she was smart. She didn't tell me she wants everything 5. First chocolate 5. Then juice she wanted 5. I said, "No, juice just 2." Ice cream she wanted 5. I said, "No, just 1 or 2." So yeah, and she was very excited, very happy. And obviously in that excitement, she forgot about that wound. Then my wifey said, "What about her mummy?" I said, "Come on, you can buy. You don't need to ask me for this. I'll send you. If you have less money, whatever, I'll send it." So everyone was happy. And my wife's mother was also there. I said, "Make sure she's taken care of." So they said, "Yeah." And for health conscious, I said, there's a juice bar where they serve natural juice a little bit ahead, where mostly foreigners go. So go there and have a nice juice. So you must be wondering, why am I sharing this video? As a father, I think, if you have a son and the son gets hurt, you'll be a little strong. Boys are boys and they fall and all that shit. But for a girl, although I don't show my daughter, But I want my daughter to be careful. And my wife was upset because she wants, her baby to look beautiful, not have any scars and marks on her body. So she was almost tearing up. So I was not too hard on her, but I told her, it's okay, happens. Don't, just make sure you don't repeat the mistake, because whenever I tell you, you say, nah, nothing will happen, and then something happens, and that pisses me off. So overall, sorted out. But yeah, I definitely, as a father, I'm very concerned. And though people say, hey, come on, man, don't overact. And yeah, overact. If it's just an injury, you don't mind. But we do not know how serious an injury can be, and we don't know how severe it can be. So that is the part that bothers me. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree, disagree? And yeah, there were a couple of fathers who sent me messages on my WhatsApp and said that, yeah, I get what you're saying, man. I know. And yeah, then there were others sending thoughts and prayers, and I pray that your daughter gets well. Yeah, I understand it's common courtesy, but it's okay. So this is what I wanted to share with you, just as a father, And my message is, please, if you have an adventurous child, or even if not, safety is always important. So I hope your children stay safe. And for me as a father, you have to always be on the edge. All right? You guys take care. If you have any tips, suggestions, I always like to read them. Let me know. All right? Take care.